To Nigeria now, where talks between the government and Boko Haram militants over the release of some Chibok girls could extend to negotiating a peace agreement in the northeast. In October, the Islamist insurgents freed 21 of around 220 girls they kidnapped in April 2014 from the northern town of Chibok. This was following mediation by Switzerland and the International Committee of the Red Cross. Lawyer and mediator Zannah Mustapha has declined to discuss in detail negotiations with Boko Haram for fear of jeopardizing talks. He, however, believes reaching a peace agreement with the militants is essential given their presence in neighbouring nations in the Lake Chad region. Let's now cross over to CGTN's Deji Badmas, who's live in our Lagos studios for more. Deji, how have Nigerians received the news that the talks with Boko Haram will finally lead to the release of the girls?
Well, to be candid, Penina, the news is not coming as a surprise at all because before now, the government had always maintained that it was talking with Boko Haram. Just immediately after the 21 girls were released sometime last year, the government announced that the other girl, it was talking with Boko Haram to release the other girls, even though the government has refused to disclose details of those talks for obvious reasons, security reasons, of course. People are happy that this is going to happen. I think the group that has been the most excited is the Bring Back Our Girls campaign group. I'm talking about that advocacy group that has been, campaigning for the return and release of these girls. They are extremely happy, but people are anxiously waiting for when that would happen. That is what people are waiting for. We just have to wait and see when that happens. But it appears, even though nobody is confirming that it's pretty imminent that that is going to happen. But there's no confirmation yet. But then people are anxiously waiting for that to happen, especially the parents of these girls.
So once the girls are released, Deji, what happens to the militant group? Or will there also be another round of talks to somehow accommodate them?
Well, that's a very good question. Now, the expectation is that these talks would not just be about the release of these girls, that this presents an opportunity for the government to further negotiate with Boko Haram to end this crisis. And of course, that's what the negotiator also said, that it's very important that the government takes this opportunity to, talk with these groups to end the crisis. Part of the problem with negotiating with Boko Haram to end the crisis, of course, as you know, is that split in the sect. So we don't know which of the groups now the government is talking to. We don't know which group is actually holding on to the girls, if the girls, the remaining girls now are split between the two groups. But the general expectation is that this is going to present a very good opportunity for the government to talk these guys to giving up their insurgency and lay down their arms and, get reintegrated into society. I believe that is what the government will be hoping to achieve because, as the negotiator said, if you get these girls released and you do not end the crisis, you still have these Boko Haram insurgents operating in places like Chad, Niger, and Cameroon, then there's no guarantee that, they would not come back to cause more havoc in Nigeria. So it's a golden opportunity, and I think the government is going to take it, even though it is not saying much. But we understand talks are ongoing to end the insurgency altogether, apart from the release of the remaining Chibok girls. Penina?
And of course, Deji will watch these developments very keenly. Thank you for joining us, Deji Badmas in Lagos.